PNR Networks is a member of Patreon. Show your love for our shows by joining our ongoing fundraising campaign and get some fantastic perks in return. Check it out and become a Patreon sponsor. You can sign up at patreon.com, patreon.com/PNR Networks. And thanks for your support.
This podcast is a member of the Blueberry Network. Blueberry. No E's. That's Blueberry, BLUBRRY.com. Blueberry.com.
This podcast is a proud member of the Lamb Podcasting Network. Find the network at largeassmovieblogs.com.
I can't hear you. What'd you say?
That's not funny.
Sure it is. And one of us always gets sick right in time for the year-end stuff, don't we?
Yeah.
Last year it was me, this year it's you. It's like, okay, what the hell? I can't wait for 2016 to be over. Although we had a lot of great films this year.
We did.
Not a lot of crap. And we're about to name the top films of the year according to moi and vous. Did I get that right?
Yep.
That's cool. On this very special edition of our show, I'm T.C. Kirkham.
I'm Kim Brown.
It's almost live, and it's...
Subject Cinema.
Stand by to receive our transmission.
This town needs an enema.
Celebrating a decade of film podcasting. Blasting out of Beantown, USA, you're tuned into Subject Cinema with T.C. Kirkham and Kim Brown.
Directive.
Oh, behave. Yeah.
I volunteer as tribute.
Suppose you run your business and let me run mine. Here's looking at you, kid.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome TC and Kim.
Welcome to this special edition of Subject Cinema. I'm T.C. Kirkham.
Hi, I'm Kim Brown.
Or half a Kim Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, she's been sick for almost 2 weeks, but now her voice is going all of a sudden today because we have show to do. Her voice is like shot. So she's going to try and limp through this, hopefully.
Yep.
And do the best she can. It's better than, I feel so bad. She's been hacking up lung after lung after lung for the past 2 weeks.
Yes, I have.
She went to the doctor, finally. Does not have pneumonia, but she does have a bad chest cold.
Yes, I do.
Do you need to cough?
No, I'm all right.
Okay. And so, right in time for the year-end stuff, we've got to deal with illness. There's all kinds of other stuff going on in the entertainment industry, which we will talk about next Monday, and I'll tell you that in just a minute. But right now, before we get into this was a good year for films. We saw quite a bit. We've missed some, but, we saw a lot of great films, enough to do a list, and I have a feeling that some of the ones we missed wouldn't have made the list anyway. There's hope, for the cinema out there, because there's been some real crap years too.
There have been.
This year we've got some interesting selections, and I think it's been a fun year. We've
seen a lot of big films, and we've seen just as many small films that should have been big.
Yep.
Hopefully we don't have the exact same list.
I doubt that we do, because I have a lot of stuff on my list that I don't think is on your list. I know at least one of them isn't on your list because you didn't see it. There's all kinds of other stuff on the list. And you have one more than me anyway. I do. I have a baker's dozen. She only has her dynamite dozen.
Because he has to be different.
Huh?
Because you have to be different.
Well, I've always done a baker's dozen. You're the one that started with 10, and then you changed the dynamite dozen because you couldn't make up your mind, and now you've stuck with that. It's hard when there's so many. I had a hell of a time with this list. When I started, there were 20 films, and I had to edit down stuff, and I'm like, oh, God, I don't want to take this off, but I have to because there's no room for it. We've been championing a lot of little films this year because we've seen some really excellent films that have gotten so little attention. There's been 2 or 3 really great small films that got good reviews that have been kind of lost in the shuffle because of all these, other critical darlings, and we've been pissed as hell about it. So hopefully you'll see some of that here, and we'll see some of that as we get into our next show. Now, here's the schedule. Poppies and Rosies, 6 p.m. Eastern on
New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. That's this Saturday, December 31st. Why do I always want to say July?
Because you're weird.
That's the Rising Stars list. That's 6 months away. December 31st, we'll have our 12th annual Poppies and Rosies. We'll have all of our best films. And then January 2nd, we'll be back a little earlier than we planned with our Just 'Cause We Can Awards, which were supposed to be last weekend, but we couldn't do them because Kim was sick this year. Last year, I was sick, and we didn't do them till early January. So those will follow up our Poppies and Rosies. Usually they lead into them. Those are just the goofy awards, fun awards, and we'll also take some time to say goodbye to people we lost this year. I want to just... Patton Oswalt said it best yesterday, was pretty much F 2016, F 2016 after Carrie Fisher's passing yesterday, and now as we're going to press, her mother has passed away. I'm like, oh my God, really? This is crazy. It's been a crazy year, and thankfully, I want to say that if you've never seen the films on our list, this is the perfect time of the year to sit down, find them on Amazon, Netflix, on your on-demand service, wherever you can find them, Redbox, because they deserve to be seen.
Some of them are still in theaters.
And some of them are still in theaters. Are they? Yeah, a couple of them are. Anyway, if you're ready, let's get started right here. Presenting her Dynamite Dozen for 2016, here is lovely Subject Cinema co-host, Kim Brown.
And my list for the Dynamite Dozen movies for 2016 in alphabetical order is A Street Cat Named Bob, Deadpool, Doctor Strange, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, For the Love of Spock, Kubo and the Two Strings, Little Men, Microbe and Gasoline, Mifune, The Last Samurai, Moana, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, and Sing Street. And now, my adorable co-host, T.C. Kirkham, will list his Baker's Dozen for his favorite movies of 2016. Hit it.
It was a hard choice this year, but these are the 13 movies that struck me silly, or hot, or fun, or wrenching, or everything else. These are the best movies of the year. My Baker's Dozen are as follows. In alphabetical order, they are A Street Cat Named Bob, City of Gold, Doctor Strange, The Jungle Book, Kubo and the Two Strings, Little Men, Microbe and Gasoline, Moana, Older Than Ireland, Pete's Dragon, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, Sing Street, and The Wave. Okay, I think these were interesting lists. There's a lot of... I'm surprised Pete's Dragon isn't on your list. We were both big surprised by it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's a good movie, and it's a great movie for families.
And it was a big surprise because we both expected to hate it, and then it started getting really good reviews, and it's like, okay, let's go see it after all. And
yeah, like 5 minutes into it,
we're both sitting there bawling. I'm like, oh my God, this movie's just going to be something special.
Yeah. Another movie that was really on my short list for a long time was Risen. I know the critics ravaged it. I don't care.
I liked Risen too. I like
Risen was a really beautiful faith-based movie.
One thing that didn't make my list that came close, I besides Fantastic Beasts, which I like, and Deadpool, which I also liked, But I've seen so many different little things, and there was this great documentary called Yarn that we saw, and I'm like, this is the goofiest thing I've ever seen, and yet we were both sitting there laughing our heads off at some of the stuff and marveling at some of the stuff. And if you get a chance to see Yarn, definitely check it out. It didn't quite make the list, but man, it's a great film.
Yeah, one other film that I was really like, I want to put this on, but I don't know how to justify it, was Nuts.
Nuts is another one. Yeah, another great an animated documentary.
Yeah.
There was a lot of those this year.
It's an animated something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it is a documentary. I mean, and just like Tower was a documentary, too, which we didn't get a chance to see, unfortunately. But, so those are the Baker's Dozen and the Dynamite Dozen for 2016. And coming up Saturday, December 31st at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, we will be here. Hopefully Kim will be a little bit better voiced by that point.
Hopefully.
Well, you don't have to talk at work, so that's good. As we present all of our best awards, as we count them up and give them away, as we name our best picture, best actor and actress, so on and so forth, on the 12th annual Poppies and Rosies Awards. And then on Monday, January 2nd, the Just 'Cause We Can Awards and our tribute to everybody we lost this year. Yep. Too many people. Way too many people. I'm going to let Kim give her voice a rest, and hopefully, because I'm now coming down with it, my voice will hold out through the weekend. Although I got to admit, I do feel better since I took the medicine I took earlier, so that's definitely good. And then, of course, I got a bunch of other stuff going on, too. So, in any case, we'll be back Saturday with the year end of 2016 and a kickoff for 2017. And until then...
Reprise the theme song and roll the credits. Whenever my life gets me so down, I know I can go down to where the music and the fun never ends. As long as the music keeps playing, you know what I'm saying. I know that I can find a friend.
For Subject Cinema, I'm T.C. Kirkham.
I'm Kim Brown.
May your popcorn always be buttered.
And may your roses always be in bloom.
And the awards will continue.
I'm going to
bed. You have been listening to Subject Cinema with hosts T.C. Kirkham and Kim Brown. Subject Cinema is produced by PNRNetworks, Boston, Massachusetts, which is solely responsible for its content. Subject Cinema theme performed by Eric Lyon. Subject Cinema is recorded and produced using Sony Vegas products. Subject Cinema is copyright 2016 by PNRNetworks under a Creative Commons license. Check out a new episode of Subject Cinema every weekend. Until next time, this is Bob Taylor for Subject Cinema, and we'll see you at the movies.
That's all.
Podcasting's choice. From coast to coast, continent to continent, right here 24/7.